So in the last class, we were discussing about advantages and disadvantages of experimental design. Now, in this class, we'll start off with what are the major steps of experimental design, and then we'll look at true experimental design. Right now, experimental design karte kaisa? This will remain the same despite what type of experimental design you're running, whether it is a true experimental design, quasi experimental design, or pre-experimental design. So, what are the major steps of or major steps in experimental design? Now, first of all, what you have to do is identify a population. In which people are you want, which people do you want to study? In whom do you want to perform an experiment? Are they Indian or let's suppose आप हैदराबाद इस पे कर रहे हैं या फिर दिल्ली एज पे कर रहे हैं या मुंबई के लोगों पे कर रहे हैं या कौन सी पॉपुलेशन आप पढ़ना चाह रहे हैं या कौन सी पॉपुलेशन पे आप रिसर्च करना चाह रहे हैं दिस पॉपुलेशन कैन बी दिस आई एम कैटेगराइजिंग इट बेस्ड ऑन स्टडी इट कैन बी अ पॉपुलेशन बेस्ड ऑन डिजीज एज वेल. So, for example, do you want to study a population of TB, or do you want to study a population of patients who have cancer? Even if you're talking cancer, which type of cancer specifically, what type of patients do you want to study? That will be the first step in experimental design. Who will be the target of your experiment, essentially? Okay. Second is select a sample randomly. So randomization is quite important because to avoid any kind of bias, you need to have randomization. आप जब भी intervention दे रहे, so for example, let's suppose you want to perform a study where you are checking what is the effect of a particular drug in a certain condition. Okay, let's suppose you want to study the effect of some X drug in tuberculosis. तो आप पहले ट्यूबरकुलोसिस के एक पॉपुलेशन आइडेंटिफाई कर लिए. इमेजिन यू हैव अबाउट 150 पेशेंट्स ऑफ ट्यूबरकुलोसिस and in that population what you will do is you will randomly select a few people, okay, and you will give the intervention and you will give the treatment only to them. You will not specifically choose people who are maybe better off or who are worse off in tuberculosis. You will not intentionally select people who might have chronic TB, or you will not intentionally select people who have early stage TB. You will simply randomly select a sample. Okay, randomization is quite important. Then third will be divide the sample. Divide the sample into two groups. Okay. Randomly. This is also done randomly. Okay. Now, one of these groups will be assigned as experimental, the other will be control group. Okay. And ठीक है, ग्रुप्स. इसका मतलब क्या है? आप जो भी इंटरवेंशन दे रहे, इंटरवेंशन और इंटरवीनिंग एज अ पार्ट ऑफ अ रिसर्च विल बी व्हाट यू आर डूइंग एज अ रिसर्चर. Now, this might be giving a treatment or performing a procedure or doing something actively. In experimental design, researcher has an active involvement. Always remember that. Experimental designs में researcher is not an observer alone. ठीक है, उन्होंने खाली observe नहीं करते क्या हो रहा. They will participate in the research wherein they are intervening, they are interacting with the patients, they are doing something to the patient. ठीक है, आप independent variable को control कर रहे हैं, which will cause changes in the dependent variable. यहाँ पर dependent variable will be the patient itself. They will depend on something. अब अगर patient है, for example, TB का patient है, तो they will depend on a drug. The independent variable will become the drug. ठीक है, आप drug दे रहे नहीं दे रहे, it does not depend on anything. But whether or not you are giving the drug will cause changes in the patient. That will be a dependent variable. तो अब आप क्या कर रहे हैं? जब experimental design run करते, you will first identify a population, take a sample out of that population, and in that sample you will make two small groups. One will be the control group and other will be the experimental group. The difference between control and experimental group, these you are doing randomly. Okay, you are randomly picking people out of that population, and the experimental group alone will receive the intervention, and the control group will not. I'll repeat once again. In the sample that you are choosing, you are making two small groups, right? So let's suppose the population is 150. Okay, and out of 50 you are taking a sample randomly of 30 people. Okay, imagine you are taking a sample of 30 people. अब ये 30 लोगों में से आप दो ग्रुप में डिवाइड कर रहे हैं लोग 15 and 15. Let's suppose 15 are control and 15 are experimental. ठीक है, अब ये दोनों को मालूम, you will come across something called blinding. We'll discuss about blinding some other time, but for now main difference between this experimental and control group is that the intervention, the drug that you are supposed to give, will only occur in experimental. You will not give it to a control group. Okay? This is in order to understand the effect of the drug. If all else remains the same, what will happen if I give a drug to a TB patient? Okay, आपको ये मालूम करने के लिए you need to know what will happen if you don't give the drug to another patient. That is why randomization is important. आप randomly दो group assign कर रहे हैं and वो दो group में से एक group को आप drug नहीं दे रहे, दूसरे group को आप drug दे रहे. Essentially यहाँ पर drug बोल रहा हूँ मैं, you are intervening in one group and you are not intervening in another group. So essentially speaking, you are introducing a independent variable only in the experimental group. Here the independent variable will be the drug. Okay, you will see the changes that are occurring in the dependent variable in both the groups. यहाँ पर dependent variables will be the patient, or specifically speaking, the condition of the patient will be the dependent variable. So depending on whether you are giving a drug or not, the condition of the patient might change. तो आप एक ग्रुप में क्या कर रहे हैं? Because you are giving a drug, you might see certain changes, and in another group, because you are not giving the drug, you might see a few changes. You will observe both of them. Okay, so you are randomly assigning two groups out of a population. You are taking a sample out of a population, you are dividing them into two groups, and you are giving intervention only to one group. Intervention in the form here is the drug. It can be any other intervention as well. Imagine the intervention is raising their bed level. Okay, imagine both the groups are coughing a lot, and your intervention is, or your experiment is, to find out whether increasing the bed level from, let's suppose, 30 degrees to 45 degrees is making a change in their condition. तो आप क्या करते, दोनों patients दो groups में only एक group को you will raise their level to 45 degrees and the other you will not, and you will see the difference in their condition. So the intervention there, or the independent variable there, was the angle of the bed. Okay, that will not depend on anything else, but the patient's condition might depend on it. So I hope you are getting the point here. यहाँ पर क्या कैसे चल रहा? Once you have run the experiment, let's suppose you are running the experiment for 1 month. Okay, the course of the experiment is done. Once that is done, what you will do is you will compare the changes between control and experiment. After that, you will compare the difference statistically. So you'll assign a few numbers. This is obviously a quantitative experiment. So you'll get proper numbers, which you will run through a statistical tool. आप statistician के पास जाके ये numbers जो है आए मेरे को, please interpret the data and tell me the result. बोल के उसको बोलते हैं. And you will try to remove any other variable which might have occurred by chance. Okay, maybe the weather was not well that day, which might have affected the patient. Okay, you will try to eliminate any other chance independent variables that might occur. That is how you get the result of an experimental design, and that is how you run an experimental design, how you run an experiment as such. ठीक है, I hope you understood this. आप एक बड़ी population ले रहे हैं, मैं यहाँ पर खाली 150 को लिया. So imagine there someone is studying the effects of a drug on a bigger population. आप क्या कर सकते हैं? एक population ले रहे हैं, let's suppose you take 1.5 crore people, example, who are getting affected by some particular condition. Imagine you take 1.5 crore cancer patients. It's a huge population. आप उसमें से क्या कर रहे हैं, एक छोटी population को और एक छोटे sample को randomly select कर रहे हैं. Imagine you select about 30,000 or you select about 30 lakh people out of 1.5 crore. इसको आप दो भाग में divide कर रहे हैं. One is control, one is experiment, and you are giving the drug to only the experimental group without giving the drug to control group. Now you see the effect of the drug by the changes that are occurring in the dependent variable, by the changes that are occurring in the control group or in the experimental group. Finally, you will be able to conclude using the result. So as you can see, the data is a lot. That is why you need statistical tools. अगर 150 है 30 लोग है तो कैलकुलेट करना इजी है. If there are lakhs or crores of people, it will be harder. There will be a lot of data as well and many variables to account for as well. यहाँ पर pretty much simple study दिया मैं आपको, but there can be a lot more complexity to a study. So I hope you are understanding how an experimental design runs. Okay. If you have doubts or if you want me to repeat again, please feel free to ask. Swati, I'm not able to hear you. Put it in the chat. Okay. In case no one has doubts. So it is very easy for me to get it back. Okay. Just in case you are having inhibition, I cannot go back. It will be this easy for me to go back. In case you have doubts, please feel free to ask. Now, coming to the first type of experimental design, that is true experimental design. अब true experimental design को randomized controlled trial भी बोलते हैं. ठीक है. Before we get into what is true experimental design and what is randomized controlled trial, you need to know some basics of what is blinding or masking. अब blinding आप कभी भी कोई study के बारे में पढ़े तो you will read that this study is single blind or double blind or triple blind. What is the difference between them and what does that mean? Blinding essentially is a process in which you are concealing information. Okay? This concealment of information is done so that you can avoid bias, so that you can avoid partiality. Okay? You have observation bias, performance bias. Okay, there are a few more type of bias, but these two are more important. Okay? अब यहाँ पर स्पेसिफिकली स्पीकिंग सिंगल ब्लाइंड स्टडी क्या है रहती. सिंगल ब्लाइंड स्टडी ये है कि आप पेशेंट्स को और द सब्जेक्ट्स को यू आर नॉट टेलिंग इंफॉर्मेशन टू देम. Okay, they only know that they are part of the study. They do not know what is happening inside the study. That is single blind, meaning the researcher knows what is happening in the study, but the patient does not know what is happening in the study. That will help you avoid observation bias. Okay, the patient will not get anxious and the patient will not, start. How should I put it? The patient will not get antsy. Essentially, the patient will be a little more cooperative. Because they do not know what is happening. They only know that they are a part of the group. They will not know whether they are a part of the experimental group or they are part of a control group. Because यहाँ पर अपन essentially patients के ऊपर ही कर रहे हैं. So let's suppose it is cancer patients. अब उनके पास आप स्टडी करने से पहले ethical, जैसे consent forms लेके जा रहे हैं कि you will be part of a trial of let's suppose one new experimental drug. Okay, let's suppose they have Hodgkin's lymphoma or they have some sort of cancer and there is a new drug. Now these patients are desperate. You have to keep that in mind. Other drugs are not working in them. That is why they are part of this study. Maybe this drug might work. They have consented to this study. Okay, the doctor comes to them and tells them, see, there is the normal treatment is not working in you. There is this one new study that is going on. If you want to, you can take part in this study. Okay, and according to that study or according to the consent form, it will be written that you will be part of a study where you will be experimented on with a new drug which has not been approved yet, but that new drug might work for you. अब इसकी वजह से एक्सपेक्टेशन बढ़ जाता. ठीक है, सॉरी, दिस इज नॉट ऑब्जर्वेशन, दिस इज एक्सपेक्टेशन बायस. तो पेशेंट के अंदर एक्सपेक्टेशन बढ़ जाता. ठीक है, वेदर और नॉट दैट फेलो इज गेटिंग द ड्रग और नॉट. तो आप क्या करते, you will tell them that they are part of study, but you will not tell them whether they are part of the control group or experimental group. You as a researcher will know whether or not that patient is getting the actual drug or are they getting a placebo. Placebo is a dummy drug. It will not have any effect. It is essentially a sugar pill. Okay. प्लेसिबो इफेक्ट के बारे में आप इससे पहले कभी ना कभी आई एम श्योर पढ़े होंगे या यू माइट हैव कम अक्रॉस इट. प्लेसिबो इफेक्ट इज द इफेक्ट वेयर it is essentially playing with the psychology of a patient. Okay, sometimes a patient will come to you and tell I have headache or I have a fever. Okay, imagine, or they simply tell they have a stomach pain, and they will not show any signs of any other signs of having a headache, or they will not show any other signs of having a stomach pain, any other gastrointestinal distress. ठीक है, तो कभी कभी डॉक्टर्स क्या करते हैं, the patient thinks that they are getting the drug. The doctor will prescribe them a placebo. That will not have any effect on the patient, no pharmacological effect on the patient. It will only be a sugar pill. It will go inside the body and it will come out as is. But to the patient, that is the drug. Okay? That patient will think that they are taking the drug and they will think that they are getting cured because of the drug. Even though you as a doctor know, or you as a patient, or you as a nurse know that this drug was a placebo, it does not have any pharmacological effect. That effect that will occur on the patient where he's thinking that because of taking the drug, the patient is getting or they are getting well, that will be called a placebo effect. Okay? Control group will be given placebos. एक्सपेरिमेंटल ग्रुप विल बी गिवन द इंटरवेंशन और दे विल बी गिवन द मेन ड्रग. यहाँ पर वो बड़ा डिफरेंस है. अगर पेशेंट को जो ग्रुप में है उनको मालूम ही नहीं कौन सा ड्रग दे रहे हैं उनको, ठीक है, वेदर दे आर इन एक्सपेरिमेंटल और कंट्रोल ग्रुप, there will be no expectation out of the patient at all. They will not get anxious, they will not get angry, and they'll be a little more cooperative to the study. That is called a single blind study. ठीक है, आप पेशेंट से कंसील कर रहे इंफॉर्मेशन बट द रिसर्चर नोस. Right. Then we have double blind study. I hope you understood what is single blind study. You are essentially unsealing information about whether a patient is in a control group or in a experimental group, or it can be any other information as well. As long as they know and they have consented that they will be part of a study, you can conceal any other part of the study in the study itself. Okay? They will know that they are part of a study, but they will not know what is happening to them. Okay? That is single blind. Double blind में the researcher and the patient, both of them do not know what is happening. ठीक है, some of the information will be concealed. इसका मतलब क्या है? You as a doctor, example, you as a doctor or the researcher have given some drugs. ठीक है, and whoever is actually administering the drug, आप drug prescribe कर दिए खाली. Let's suppose 30 drugs I have prescribed and signed. तो अब समझो दो ग्रुप है, 30 का एक कंट्रोल ग्रुप है, 30 का एक एक्सपेरिमेंटल ग्रुप है, एंड आई हैव असाइंड 30 मेन ड्रग्स एंड 30 प्लेसिबोस. ठीक है, द डॉक्टर विल ओनली प्रिस्क्राइब, द डॉक्टर विल नॉट बी द वन हु विल एडमिनिस्टर. ये 30 ड्रग्स जो है रैंडमली इनको इसमें से किसको भी दे सकते हैं. ठीक है, जो 30 सैंपल जो है, सैंपल को रैंडमली सिलेक्ट कर रहे हैं विदाउट द रिसर्चर्स नॉलेज, एंड वो सैंपल का जो एक्सपेरिमेंटल ग्रुप है उन लोगों को विदाउट द नॉलेज ऑफ रिसर्चर यू आर गिविंग. द रिसर्चर नोज दैट द ड्रग इज गोइंग बट दे डू नॉट नो हु द ड्रग इज गोइंग टू. ठीक है, दे विल स्पेसिफिकली नॉट नो द पेशेंट. Because of which what happens is performance bias can be avoided. Bias is partiality essentially. Performance bias is a bias where the researcher starts expecting something out of the research, or the researcher start expecting some results out of that study. That can lead to performance bias. You need to make sure that you're not involving emotions in a research. Okay? In order to get a certain result, that researcher might sabotage the research altogether. So to avoid performance bias, आप क्या करते हैं? Double blind study भी कर सकते हैं, where the researcher does not know some information and the patient does not know some information. Only the data collecting people might know, or the ऐसा रहता है, कोई बीच middleman might know. Then we have triple blind study where हर एक जगह से थोड़ा थोड़ा information conceal कर रहा है. The person who is collecting the data, they also will not be completely aware of complete information. Some information will be concealed from them. Some information will be concealed from the researcher, and some information will be concealed from the patient. That is a triple bias study. That will help you avoid another type of bias. Now, that is essentially what is bias and what is blinding. ये blinding को masking भी बोलते हैं. आप information conceal कर रहे हैं. You are concealing some amount of information in order to avoid bias, in order to avoid expectations, and in order to avoid partiality in performing the study. So I hope you understood what is single blind, double blind, and triple blind studies. If you have doubts or if you want me to repeat, please feel free to ask and put in the chat as well. Okay. Now coming to true experimental design. Yes, okay. True experimental design is essentially also called a randomized control trial because you're selecting the sample randomly. Okay? And you're assigning control and experimental group randomly as well. The researcher has a lot of control over the research situation as such, and they can interfere with the causality. Causality is essentially the causation that is creating the change. Okay? The change between experimental and control group. They are controlling the causality of independent variable. Okay? यहाँ पर independent variable is on the control of the researcher. Independent variable can be a drug, it can be a procedure, it can be anything. Okay? वो independent variable which is causing a change in dependent variables, which are the patients, is controlled by the researcher. Okay? Criteria. Now, coming to criteria of true experimental design, there are three very important criteria that any true experimental design needs to meet. Criteria for true experimental design. These include manipulation, randomization, control, and randomization. Okay. Manipulation essentially means that the researcher controls independent variable or experimental variable, and they can control the type of treatment. Okay, the experimental treatment, let's suppose, which is administered to the patient, and who will receive that intervention as well. Let's suppose it is a single blind study where the patient does not know, but the researcher knows. उसका एक पार्ट मैनिपुलेशन आ जाता. The researcher can manipulate the result. ठीक है, रिसर्चर जो है उसको मालूम रहता ये इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल है एंड ये इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल किसको दे रहे हैं आप. ठीक है, हु विल रिसीव एंड कैसा एडमिनिस्टर कर रहे हैं, वो पूरा आप मैनिपुलेट कर सकते हैं अलग अलग फैक्टर्स को. दैट इज वन पार्ट ऑफ ट्रू एक्सपेरिमेंटल डिजाइन. कंट्रोल जनरली रेफर्स टू there is a control group. Okay, that group indicates that there is a set of people who are not receiving any intervention or any treatment altogether. This control group is very important because they will provide the contrast to experimental group. Okay, let's suppose there is a black surface. ठीक है, and उसके ऊपर आप एक डार्क कलर लेके पेंट कर रहे हैं, कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आता आपको. ठीक है, if you take a white pencil or a white color and you paint over it, then you'll be able to see. अब जैसा ये white background है, white background पे मैं white लेके कलर करा, white लेके पेंट करा, कुछ भी नहीं दिखता आपको. ठीक है, I'm technically trying to paint with white, but you cannot see anything. Whereas, suppose if I take black, you can see the contrast. That is why control groups are important. They'll help you compare the results of the intervention with experimental. अब कंट्रोल ग्रुप को देखें और एक्सपेरिमेंटल ग्रुप को देखें, you can see the clear difference between the results because of the intervention that you have done. Okay, or because of the treatment that you have done. That is essentially the intervention that you are doing as a researcher. Then there is randomization. Randomization of subjects, make sure that you are randomly assigning subjects into a group and avoiding bias altogether. Okay, each subject has an equal chance of being selected for any of the study groups. आप रैंडमली उनको कंट्रोल में डाल रहे हैं या रैंडमली एक्सपेरिमेंटल में डाल रहे हैं या रैंडमली वो ग्रुप को सेलेक्ट ही कर रहे हैं ऑल टुगेदर. जो सैंपल सेलेक्ट करते हैं वो भी रैंडमली रहता एंड वो सैंपल में से आप रैंडमली you'll select a control group or you'll randomly select a experimental group so that there is no bias. Now sometimes what happens is, let's suppose there is a research going on about a certain anti-cancer drug, and the doctor or the researcher has a relative who has that condition. Okay, let's suppose they want to push them into that experimental group. That will create bias. Okay, that will create partiality. So randomization is very important in that sense. Okay, especially in double blind. रिसर्चर को नहीं मालूम है कि ये पेशेंट जो उनका रिलेटिव है, they only know that the relative or the patient is part of the study. They will not know whether they are part of a control group or this thing experimental group. That is why randomization is important. It will make sure that the results are fair, okay? And so that partiality is not occurring. Now, coming to, I hope you understood what are the three criteria for true experimental design. Any true experimental design that you take will have manipulation, control, and randomization. There'll be a few more criteria. You have homogeneity of statistical tests, you have matching, counterbalancing. वो पूरे उतने important नहीं है जितने ये तीन important है. Even if they are asking you an exam, if you write these three also it is enough. ठीक है. अब coming to आपको ये क्वेश्चन कैसा आता राइट अबाउट रिसर्च डिजाइन बोल के ऐसा ही पूछते ठीक है इट विल कम एज अ लॉन्ग आंसर जनरली वेरी फ्यू टाइम्स दे विल आस्क यू राइट अबाउट ट्रू एक्सपेरिमेंटल डिजाइन alone this if they are asking it will generally be for short answer ठीक है because if you start writing it will be very less you can shorten the information very easily research design is quite a lot because there are several type of quantitative and several type of qualitative design वो पूरा describe करने में आपका long answer बन जाता है with the examples and all if you're only explaining one of them, it will generally not come, but if it does come, it will come for a short answer. 4 marks, 5 marks, whatever it is. Okay. Now, coming to types of true experimental design. First one will be pre-test, post-test control design. ठीक है इसमें क्या कर रहे हैं द टोटल पॉपुलेशन ऑफ द पार्टिसिपेंट्स ठीक है let's suppose it is 30 150 whatever it is the total population of the participants is randomly selected into experimental and control group ठीक है pre-test and post-test so you are doing something before the intervention and you are doing something after the intervention that is why it is mentioned pre-test and post-test ठीक है is conducted for both the groups intervention is done only for the experimental group ठीक है यहाँ पर intervention can be a drug it can be a procedure whatever it is you are intervening only in the experimental group no matter what type of experimental design it is intervention will only be done for the experimental group not for the control group ठीक है अगर control group को भी कर दिए तो there will be no difference altogether pre-test आप थोड़े procedure कर रहे हैं post test में भी you are doing certain procedure and you are seeing what will happen in patients ठीक है each group will receive the same pre-test and post-test whatever it is let's suppose pre-test आप कुछ खाने को दे रहे patient को and post-test you are seeing what is happening in the feces or you are seeing what is happening in the urine whether it is getting affected because of the intervention based on the hypothesis the researcher might predict that the way in which your treatment will affect the treatment group because that is a pre-test post-test control design essentially आप क्या कर रहे हैं if you let's suppose design a table like this let's suppose I represent pre-test post-test control design on a table ऐसा दिखता तो आपके पास पहले है आपका सब्जेक्ट ठीक है द पॉपुलेशन और द सैंपल ऑन विच यू आर टेस्टिंग you have two types of subjects one is experiment another is control okay these columns will be first is r represents randomization ठीक है so both of these are randomized अब randomly experimental group select कर रहे हैं randomly control group select कर रहे हैं तो randomization is present in both of them there will be instances where you are not performing randomized that is intentional ठीक है आप थोड़े you will come across certain studies in which you are not performing randomizations for a specific reason उनके अंदर आप R नहीं लिखते ठीक है but more often than not you'll see R they will be randomized pre-test whatever it is pre-test आप प्रोसीजर कर रहे हैं कुछ ड्रग दे रहे हैं कोई एडिशनल ड्रग दे रहे हैं या कुछ you are doing something to the patient treatment इसको ट्रीटमेंट बोलो या इंटरवेंशन बोलो, जो भी बोलो। लेट मी राइट इंटरवेंशन। You are intervening as a researcher and post test, ठीक है। अब एक्सपेरिमेंटल ग्रुप को एंड कंट्रोल ग्रुप को दोनों को आप प्री टेस्ट कर रहे हैं, तो यस एंड यस, ठीक है, वाई वाई लगा दो रहा। पोस्ट टेस्ट भी दोनों को कर रहे हैं, हेंस द नेम प्री टेस्ट पोस्ट टेस्ट कंट्रोल डिजाइन, ठीक है। दोनों को प्री टेस्ट कर रहे हैं, दोनों को पोस्ट टेस्ट कर रहे हैं, जो भी कर रहे हैं आप, बट इंटरवेंशन विल ओनली अकर इन दिस, नॉट इन दिस। तो आप जो इंटरवेंशन कर रहे हैं एज अ रिसर्चर, लेट्स सपोज द ड्रग, you are only giving in experimental group, you're not giving it in a control group. That will be the main difference between experimental and control group. आप प्री टेस्ट जो प्रोसीजर है दोनों में कर रहे हैं, पोस्ट टेस्ट प्रोसीजर दोनों में कर रहे हैं। Despite doing that, you will see a few differences between experimental and control groups. So if you keep all parameters the same, what will be the effect of the intervention in the patient? अब वो देखना चाह रहे हैं। That is how a pre-test post-test control design is conduct. I hope you understood this. If you have doubts or if you want me to repeat it again, please feel free to ask. Okay. So we'll continue with post-test only control design in the next class. Okay. Read. I think I